Now, Niang obviously pretty emotional after his last game in the Cyclone uniform, but he told the team, use this as a stepping stone for next season. So the players obviously emotional. We bring in Mia O'Brien. How were the fans after this one?
Obviously also pretty emotional, Zach. The finger of blame was laid on that early deficit as well as the refs, but the finger was also pointed towards the future, as there's still a lot of optimism of what's to come in the Prom era out in Ames. Now the graduation of George Niang, Jameel McKay, and Abdul Nader obviously creates holes that Steve Prohm must fill. The potential return of Naz Long and the potential return of junior point guard Monte Morris also question marks that the Cyclones may have to answer this offseason, but in the meantime, it's just looking forward to what's to come in 2017 in Ames. For Zach Hanley, live at the United Center in Chicago, Mia O'Brien, CBS 2 Sports.
What's the mood like, Mia?
Well, Pat, obviously a pretty chilly scene here in the Windy City, and the Clones shooting did not help the cause. As you mentioned, cold shooting from the floor early on spelled this one really from the get-go for Iowa State, and the fans here at the United Center immediately following the game were somber but hopeful for what's to come next season in Ames.
We got down too early, too quick, and then just never dug back out of it.
Yeah, refs handing them the game, I think that that had a bit of an issue as well.
The refs were horrible.
I think we'll be looking pretty good next year, too.
Naz Long, come back. We need you.
Nazi J. Long!
Let's go.
What are you thinking during that game, buddy? Naz Long, obviously one question mark for this Iowa State team next year, but another one fans debating outside the United Center, the return or possibly departure of Monte Morris. Obviously the graduation of George Niang, Abdul Nader, and Jameel McKay already creates question marks for Steve Prohm's squad next year, but those are some additional question marks the Iowa State team may have to address in the offseason. Live in front of the United Center, Mia O'Brien, Fox 28 Sports. Pat and Scott, back to you.
Now, obviously, the Nader family aren't the only ones coming to the United Center. They're calling it Hilton East. We bring in Mia O'Brien now, and it's safe to say that Cyclone Nation officially has taken over Chicago.
Taken over all of Chicago, Zach. Hundreds of fans gathered at Navy Pier this afternoon, and it's safe to say that a storm is certainly brewing over the Windy City. Thousands of fans flocking here from all regions across the globe, not just that nice drive on I-80, to make it to this year's Sweet 16.
Kansas City, Wisconsin, Ankeny, Iowa.
Came all the way from
I'll
Texas.
do everybody.
Grew up in Chicago, went over to Iowa State, graduated 81. You know the story.
But the story this afternoon, the plan to create
Hilton East. I just haven't gotten it replaced quite yet. Now the Sharpie marker, I need to write East on that.
I think it was Hilton Magic that brought us here. This will be Hilton Magic Chicago.
and it wasn't just the fans.
Coach Prohm said something at the press conference this week. He said he prayed all season long that we would get a chance. We would get a chance for our young men to play for a chance to be in the Final Four, but to do it in the Chicago region so that we can do it in front of all of our great fans.
And so they have come with their eyes on one guy in particular.
George Niang.
Niang. George Niang. Gorgeous Niang.
When George plays well, the whole team plays well.
And their sights set on a sweet, Sweet 16 victory.
Pre-game prediction, 82-71 Cyclones.
Cyclones are gonna win. Yeah.
And in speaking to those traveling on I-80 East, home for the holidays, even back in Iowa and in Iowa City, they say it's safe to say there is no avoiding the Cardinal and Gold this weekend. Live from the house that MJ built for Zach Hanley and Mia O'Brien, I'm Mia O'Brien, CBS 2, live at 5. Scott, back to you.